Welcome back to Extravagant Fragrances, everybody. Eid Mubarak. This is the last day of Eid, Eid al-Adha. To all those that went and did their sacrifice, may Allah accept your sacrifice. But today I was at a one of the Eid barbecue, and every masjid has their oil sellers. everybody knows that, and so I was there chopping it up with a couple of oil sellers. One of the ones, he's like one of the OGs. He was the one that got was doing it when I was like just a little kid, and he's known me since I was like just a baby, and so at the time that he was into the oil business, there was a time where all they were selling was like Egyptian musk, Somali rose, and blue Nile, right? And we got on the topic. There was another oil seller there. He was probably around my age, and we got on this topic about pricing. And the older brother, he was talking about how he was able to get like blue Nile for like $6 a pound from one supplier. And I'm like, I looked at the new oil seller and I'm like, man, I don't know. And it was funny because the oil seller that I was talking to, he literally worked at a manufacturing facility where they make oils. And he was like, I never heard about nothing like that before. And I'm like, man, that's like, honestly, that's like a steal, even if you're getting like a cut down burning oil, So I don't know, but we were going about pricing. We were talking about what sells, how much he's able to sell his oils for, what the customers are willing to pay and what they're not willing to pay. We got into the discussion of imported fragrances, and I had to explain to the sheikh that that the reason why he's saying that he can't pay more than a $20 something bucks for a pound, because if he doesn't get his pound for that price, then locally he won't be able to sell it to his customer, because his customer base, they're not willing to pay more than $5 for a roll-on. And the point that I wanted to make was that fact that, the customers, whatever you get them spoiled on, whatever you start them off with, they're not willing to pay more for that because that's what you started them off on. You understand what I'm saying? And so if you're giving your product away for almost like you just like not even making enough to stay in business, then yeah, once you get your customer set up on that price and that's what they're used to paying it, just like for example, if they go to the mall or they go to Walmart or wherever to get their deodorant, and deodorant goes up a couple bucks, there's going to be they're going to probably have a fit about it. So what I'm trying to point out is that like you have to like set up your map pricing, and have your pricing set, have your prices set to where you can sustain and operate a business without going out of business. And this is like one of the mistakes that I always see like a lot of brothers make is like, they're not, I hate to say it, but like some brothers, they don't price their products in a way that is going to be sustainable for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? They're not making enough money on their products to be able to add new products. You get what I'm saying? And so that's kind of like what we talked about. The other brother that I was talking to, he understood very well, like the difference between the domestics, the difference between, and that's another thing we got into. We were talking about what the oils are made. He's like, I can't understand why you have some sellers, they sell their fragrances for this price and they're all that price. And then over here you have sellers who mark their price up for a higher price, and all of their products are that price, or they mark their price out of, you know, a different price. And I explained to him, like, it could be that maybe the smaller bottles that they're selling, for example, let's say a 1 ounce, a 4 ounce, or even retail, right? They might be selling, let's say, the 1/3 roll-ons. They're making their money on the 1/3 roll-ons because they're getting that much foot traffic in wherever they're at. So that way, when they get up to the pound, they're making so much in profits from their 1/3s where they can sell their pounds close to their cost. They can sell their 1 pound body oils close to what they're getting it for. And so that's kind of what I wanted to share with him. That's kind of what we talked about. And that's also when I first started off in the oil business. That's kind of what I learned, is that sellers like Walmart, for example, right? Walmart, what they'll do is, like, they know, for example, if they're making tons of money in one department, they're able to, for example, have a sale on the eggs or other products in the store that where the customer's like, oh, Walmart has this or that for a really good deal, right? And so you could slash the prices on certain items in your store because you know you're making more profit margins in other items. So the same applies with, like, the body oils, right? And then we talked about the imports and why imports, why the price ranges so drastically on an imported, or should I say a premium fragrance, right? And that was because what I explained to with the brothers, that, like, you know, some of the guys that are really heavy on the premium fragrances are the imported fragrances or the French fragrances. The reason why, it's not about price point with them. It's all about quality. It's all about the note profile. And so pricing never factors. Pricing is never a factor. And that's the reason why some fragrances, you look at the regular domestic roll-on body oils, right? The everyday consumables, what I call them, your everyday wares, right? There's a reason why, you know, some like fragrances like that quality, the price ranges very greatly. When you switch over to the premium fragrances, it's all about, you know, that's why the prices range and could be like, you know, like hundreds of dollars a pound versus like $30-something a pound in the domestic fragrances. And that's because, like, the imported or the premiums, manufacturers are using like the actual notes, all the notes that are supposed to go into that fragrance, be it sandalwood, tuberose, or an actual real oud, real agarwood, right? And so they're going to use every single note that's supposed to go in that fragrance. Whereas, let's say, like a domestic fragrance, or like your everyday wares, as I call them, they might substitute different notes to make that product more cost effective, right? For example, they might, instead of using sandalwood, they might use cedarwood, right? Whereas now you switch over to the imports or the premiums, they're going to use the more expensive notes. And so it's not a one size fits all when it comes to fragrance and the different qualities. They're not all fragrances are made equal. And that's one thing I always try to remind people, is that not all fragrances are made equal. So you can't look over here and be like, well, I get that for $5, and then come over here to my $600 a pound fragrance and wonder why I'm selling a 1/3 over there for like $95, right? The raw materials are not all the same prices. They're just never the same prices. Just like if you were to go and that's what it's like wondering why you can go into a car dealership and get a Toyota or a Honda for a certain price, but then you walk into a Bentley dealership and you got your face fixed up a certain way, as to why that Bentley cost what it costs. 100 grand, 200 grand, right? It ain't the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not made with the same materials. That Bentley's made with premium Italian leather. The metal that's used to make that Bentley is probably made from airplanes. The airplane titanium, whatever, right? The struts are probably made to be able to handle the road better. The bearings are probably made to handle, the road, like just everything. All of the suspension is made differently, so you could take a turn at 90 miles an hour without losing control. Versus, the Honda or Toyota is not made that way. It's not made to just whip it around like it's a race car, right? And so again, it all goes back down to the raw materials, what each raw material costs, right? And for those that have been in this business long enough, or my fragrance connoisseurs out there, like, you already know, like, as soon as you smell an inexpensive fragrance versus the premium version of that fragrance, you will know a huge difference. You will see a big difference. And that's why the people that understand quality, raw ingredients, and sillage and projection and all that stuff, when they smell the premium stuff, there's never an argument about how much it costs. There usually never is, for people that understand. But for those that don't understand that not all fragrances are made equal, that's what it boils down to, is what the raw materials cost. What does it cost to get it to you? What does it cost to harvest it? What country did it come from, right? So anyways, that's it for today. It's been a while, and I will be periodically putting out some more videos, guys. I know I want to get back on the live streams hopefully soon, but hope this helps. Little fragrance talk for today, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everybody.